is back in the middle of the week because the Schmoedown decided, hey, let's just drop the most emotional match of the year. I have to use these to hide my goddamn tears. Out of nowhere. And we are still not ready. With me, I have, of course, the wonderful Nat right here. Right
Hi. Hi, everybody.
And returning guest, the amazing, the wonderful, the now famous ever since San Diego Comic-Con,
my goodness.
Abby Friel.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be back to talk about one of the best matches of all time. So it's going to be a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, we were talking about Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, and why it's one of the best musicals of the decade.
Yes.
And the upcoming High School Musical reboot, the show, the musical, the reboot, whatever it's called.
It's going to be, I think it will be good. I have high hopes.
Yeah.
So
I have hopes too. Just normally I'm let down, but thankfully I wasn't let down today because, I hope you guys watched our reaction because me, Kelsey, and I believe Dylan, was it you or Dylan who was on?
It was me. It was
okay,
me.
Great. We're back then.
I'm on every show.
Things got wild. But I have a little bit of a score breakdown to go from here. But Nat, we know where you were because you were on the reaction. Plug.
Yep.
Abby, how did you feel coming into the biggest match, maybe of all time? ?
I would definitely give it that. I was really stressed because I have really been I've been becoming a Corruption fan. So the dynamic of being a Corruption fan and wanting Mike and Chance to get their belts, but also being emo about the Shire Wolves and not wanting them to lose was really frustrating. So I was really stressed and I kind of didn't want the match to happen just because I didn't want anything. I didn't want it to end and I didn't want there to be a winner because that would mean the other team would lose and I loved both the teams. So
you wanted to go into 30-round overtime. They both get belts.
I wanted everyone to get a belt. Everyone won. No losses on their record.
Just give them a 4-way, both first place and participation trophy. We can't decide. You're both amazing. But
yeah, I wish.
Nat, I hope you can find these with me because it is a Corruption kind of day. And I'm glad to have seen the light or the darkness in this case. Abby, we need to get you some heel glasses just to
I might have some right here. Hold on.
Okay.
Stupid t-shirt.
Yeah. Nat, where are your glasses?
Okay. I have some right here. Are these cool enough?
Yes.
Okay.
Nat, you are now the uncool one here.
Do I have to wear these the whole time?
No, if you can't see, don't worry. I'm used to this because I just do this whenever I have a match.
Gotcha.
Yeah, start prepping you when you bring out the shades because in their Chance interview, both of you had glasses and I was just there with nothing on my face.
Joke's on you. I can see normally. I should keep these on the whole time because Corruption never gave away the lead. And we can get into that with this first, in round one, the best of the round, because they have to play individually to see their scores. Corruption was up 15-3 after Chance got a perfect round and the additional bonus points, which means it's mistaken. Mike scored 6 points, which is surprising given his recent sort of scourge into perfect rounds.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, I'm bearing the lead here. Corruption was up the entire time other than round two. So the roller coaster was more of an up and up, but still very questionable. So Abby, I forget, on our episode, I remember you ranked your top 5 competitors.
Okay, yeah.
Mike, Rachel, Clark, Chance, who's ahead on that ladder?
Okay, I would definitely say Rachel is number 1 out of all of them. And then if you would have asked me maybe a month ago, I probably would have said Clark before Mike. Oh, but now you have Chance. Probably Rachel, Mike, Chance, Clark. But that
Ooh.
And that's T. But
you just broke Nat's heart.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I just feel even even though that's my ranking, they're like all so close. But I was definitely so not shocked, but I was really impressed by Chance's like game in this match. So he really and he's been doing good. He hasn't ever really done bad, but he just like really stood out to me in this match.
Unless I'm mistaken, stat wise, this is probably his best game.
Yeah, I would believe so.
Yeah, and we can talk about it later, but y'all questioning why do you have Chance in the finals, whatever. This is why. Like, damn.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how he's going to do in singles just because, I feel like we haven't seen him recently in singles.
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah, it was Irwin. I forgot he lost to Irwin and then played someone else who I forgot that was, and then the MF5 lost to Paulo Yama.
Yeah, okay. That
he's
makes
only
sense.
lost to former champions.
Yeah.
Or current champions, I guess.
Well,
they're
he's
not
only lost to
easy
champions
losses.
like Andrew Guy. It was until fucking Houston. That's beside the point before I start breaking stuff. And we move on to round 2. Corruption spins James Bond, win. And Shirewolf spin Drama. Maybe it was just me. I feel like Drama wouldn't have been the best choice. Again, want to hear y'all's opinions first.
No, because we talked about this during our reaction. Drama's a super broad category.
Dramas is 90% of movies.
Yeah. So I probably wouldn't have gone that way, but I don't know. I don't personally. I thought it was a bad move on their part.
Yeah.
I definitely think they stuck it out though, and they really did the best with what they could in dramas. And I felt like maybe they were just so confident in everything, and that this game was the height of their knowledge that they were confident with anything they were going to take, And it was one of those things that it was so they knew they could do okay, as opposed to getting one that they would definitely not want at all, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think if I actually had the wheel in front of me, I could debate that. Only because so I lost my scorecard, so I can't say much. It's just I don't know. If I remember the wheel correctly, there weren't any dangerous categories. I think that James Bond was probably the biggest issue, and that was taken out immediately. And after that, they don't really have a weakness. And they scored 10 points. Not gonna take away that. That is an incredible total. Some people can't even score 10 points in a single match. Dagnino. So being able to get all that in round 2, it's really good. And sure, they're only 2 points behind the maximum. So is this complaining, this arguing they could have done better? Is that I don't know. It's I feel like it's worthy, but also not worthy. Like Thor in the first Thor movie when he can't pick up Mjolnir.
Sure.
I don't know, it's sort of in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to comment on it when you're not actually competing and you're just watching. You're a backseat driver and everything. But I sort of understand where they're coming from. In a category as broad as drama, you're not gonna get super deep cuts in really specific categories, super specific actor or whatever. So I mean, I guess I could understand how that could work in their favor. But I think really broad categories like drama and decades, I would just avoid if I was competing.
And I mean, just on that note, you can see with decades, with the kind of questions McWeeny gets, how deep they can pull. It's almost. I feel like there should be a word. I feel like there should be a word used to describe both, dangerous and also not dangerous. Is there a danger nose? Can that be a gift? Hashtag
that could be
the
term.
This is me and a new word here in Call to Action Podcast.
And then we come to round 3. Pretty simple round. I believe they also spun dramas again, if I don't remember. Each bet 2 points. They both won 2 points. Yay.
Yeah, nothing changed.
Yeah. Fire Nation attacked everything. Actually, no. Fire Nation didn't attack. The Water Nation just yo, whoosh, water everywhere. round 4 is okay. So round 4 is my favorite round because so this is more of an insight for me. I want to hear y'all's opinions on this because we don't really talk about it much. I enjoy round 4 because it's like, yes, there's general movie trivia knowledge. Especially when I'm playing along, though, I can see if I'm faster than them if I know the answer first. Like, I was just rewatching it to get the notes, and they're asking like who plays linguist, and immediately I buzzed in. Like, there's no other movie with a linguist than Arrival. It's like it's fun to see like where you like the sort of the train of thought your brain has, and if you can beat a question before anyone asks it. Do you guys agree with that at all?
Yeah, I really like round 4. It's not my favorite. Round 2 is my favorite, but round 4, I think I personally like it because usually the questions are a little bit easier because the point of the game is to get to the buzzer faster. Like you're not gonna have like super hard questions, so it makes me feel good when I get them like, before they do because I can actually see the questions on the screen. Not in this case, but usually. So yeah, I really like round 4 just for that reason.
Yeah, and I think it really shows the players like talents in a very extreme way because not everyone's going to have the opportunity to play in a championship match or like a finals match where they get a 4, and I think that's where you can really see like what players are on that almost Mount Rushmore of like just great players that can answer a question before it's even finished, you know?
And I would say that maybe they know the structure of the questions. Yeah, it's interesting just to see, and even outside of yourself, how other players can recognize that. How some players they shoot their shot. I think it was in Rachel versus Mike. It would be 3. I don't know the throwdown. I think Rachel buzzed in early and got a question that was like 50-50. She got it wrong. See, it's I don't know. To me, it's interesting.
Yeah.
And then comes to round 3, which is heartbreaking because Chance lost his perfect game.
Yeah. Like, what was the question again? It was like
it was something really simple. I remember that. Oh yeah, it was
classics, right?
No, it was who starred in and co-directed Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's like it's one of my favorite musicals next to La La Land. Hello. And it's just like it's heartbreaking, like it's right there, and he missed it. And
then Mike got the Pixar one, which Chance would have gotten.
Yeah. It was also a very weirdly worded question, so I don't want to give him too much shit about that. Yeah, and then it was that round 3 was rough, and then they got a 5-pointer, which I forgot what it was.
I'm kind of blanking on it. Wow, it's been a hot second.
It's been about 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 weeks? Yeah.
Wow, this is a great video.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah.
And then we jump to Rachel and Clark, who plays so-and-so scientist in 12 Monkeys.
Did y'all know the answer to the question?
I just guessed John Hurt. I had zero idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and like I think we were talking about it in the reaction. It was interesting because normally you wouldn't have an actor question for a 5-pointer, which meant it's really difficult. And if they could have pulled that and could have gotten the win, it would have been amazing. But fortunately they didn't.
Yeah. Would y'all like? So y'all are Corruption fans, right?
Hell yeah.
Well,
Because when I said that, you guys both cheered.
Yeah.
Would you have preferred for the Shirewolves to like get the win on their way out?
No, because here's the thing. I feel really bad rooting against the Shirewolves in their last match, but I was on that Mikey 3 Belts bandwagon pretty hard. So like I was rooting for Corruption all the way.
And I think like it's hard to like. What am I trying to say? I think if the Shirewolves vacated the belts, then you would have seen a similar issue they had last year with this idea of paper champions, they didn't earn it, yada yada yada. even though they fought through like 4 teams in the team tournament, whoever won that wouldn't be real champions. So
Mhm.
giving it to Corruption, like having them win, Chan's playing the game of a lifetime, Mike still being fantastic in his shit. He barely answered questions. I just realized that. Yeah, it was an incredible match, and and I think even Rachel said it. She wouldn't have had to go any other way because Mike Kalinowski may be the GOAT by the end of the year because he is fucking awesome and incredible and all that good shit. I'm sorry for not having you beat Janine, but Janine's amazing as well. Like giving it to having Corruption win the belts was, again, I think it's the best outcome for that match, especially the way it ended. Because, if I'm counting correctly, yeah, if Mike had hit a perfect round 1, if they had bet more points in round 3.
3, yeah. Or no, 4. Oh, no, 3 is the betting round. Sorry, excuse me.
Because the Shire Wolves missed their 5-pointer, they could have won by TKO. That would have been awful to me. Like, the way it went, it's like, oh, the Corruption has this. Oh, they don't have it. Oh, they do have it. Like, that was the roller coaster for me. Was round 5, where it was just all over the place. You thought they knew it and they didn't. You thought they didn't know it and they did. Like, that's the Schmodown to me, is like this roller coaster of emotions, and you have no idea who's going to win.
Yeah, especially like round 5. Like, that was such a weak round 5 from Corruption. And I feel like they didn't even think they were going to pull out the win at that point. And so, like, exactly what you said, like, that's what makes the Schmodown what it is. And I definitely agree with, like, you on the whole, like, it would have been awkward if the Shire Wolves had won and then whoever the next champion was, it was going to be – they're not true champions, though. They didn't take it from the Shire Wolves. So even though it, like, hurts my heart to say, like, I was hoping Corruption would win just for the future of the league and how it would make things easier for like the tournament and the rest of the season. That was kind of like my gut feeling, but I also did want Clark and Rachel to be like, we walked out with the belts, like, F y'all. This is like, we're the true champions kind of vibe. So
yeah, it's hard to argue against that.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the way the belt crumbles, I guess, is whatever. But, so, this is probably here's probably where I'm the most curious. Abby, being a part of the thank you video, all of myself, sorry.
Oh, yes.
I just want to know how, like, you already had your shout out in San Diego. You already had that limelight, but, like, how does it feel knowing that the Shire Wolves actually heard you and heard your feelings about them and that, you know, you thank them so deeply?
Yeah, it was a crazy, surreal feeling just to have Eric ask me to, like, make a video for it. He kind of let me know. A few days before. So when he asked me, I was like, even when I was making it, I was like, I don't know, I'm probably just going to say something stupid and I won't even be in it. And then the entire I was really dumb and I thought it was going to be like in a promo or something. And I didn't realize it was going to be like at the end where it was going to be a whole tribute and it was going to be with like all the other reactors and all the other people from the fandom and the league. And it's just crazy that this season I started, like, I've been a fan since season 2, but just even this season, I started watching just the live streams and everything. And now here we are and it's August and I'm in the freaking Shire Wolves end of their run video. It's been like super surreal to just think about, you know?
Yeah. And I think this is like a big point of respect for the Schmodown where in one of the biggest matches of all time, they highlight the fans and the reactors, the fan reactors. Like, yeah. They gave all of us a time to not only say our piece, but put us on a pedestal where we can be heard, which, like, this is even aside from the Shire Wolves and corruption. Like that's just phenomenal on Christian and Mark and all the other producers' parts, but letting the fans have their own place and elevating them to an extent, even within their own spots.
Yeah, and we had like the whole like reactor section of the video was so long, and it was so awesome to have everyone kind of get their moment. And yeah, and I was just even thinking the other day, do you guys remember in like when it had just first started at Collider when they used to like do like the fan art before the matches?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. They used to like show the fan art and like if people made like promo art for the matches, like they have always been so supportive of the fans, and that's like why I love being such a big fan of this community and of the league, you know?
Yeah, like okay, so a lot of times I'm really critical of how the Schmoedown does things, but like one thing they're really good at is including the fans and highlighting them and giving them a platform to speak and everything. And I think that's super important for like a community like us, because the reason I'm a Team Action fan, I became a Team Action fan, was because how active Ben and Andrew were on social media and how they would always interact with us and everything. And so that's what really got me into the Schmoedown. Like if it wasn't for this community, I would have probably stopped watching a while ago. But I'm so ingrained right now, and I think it's because they do such a good job at including the viewers and everything.
Yeah.
I think I remember Janine saying something about that fan part of it, but like even we were featured in Challenger's last match, and it's even this like half a second of, oh hey, look at not only what the fans do and how they help increase awareness of the people that we're involved with. Like I think it was like I think we like as fans, I think we both or let me phrase that, as reactors, we give and we take a lot, and not often are we given something. So being able to do something on this big of a scale was incredible. And I mean, that was reflected even in the other competitors who, even like, with Chandru or Janine or Smets, they may not talk a lot on camera about what the Schmoedown means to them. And being given this platform to talk about why Rachel and Clark are so fantastic was just awesome. And then, not in this situation, because it was way too emotional for me to experience this a lot. I hope we can have something similar happen. Like maybe get like a 2-week warning on fucking Critically Acclaimed breaking up. But
Oh my gosh,
yeah. Being able to do that was awesome, including, making people cry. Because shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abby, how did you hold up in that reaction?
I was very good until I saw the part. I was doing good even with the part of myself and like the reactors, but then at the end with Mike, when he talked to them individually, like at the desk, like that was what got me. I was running on very minimal amount of sleep, so I was like just trying to watch it to get through it, because I was also making a reaction thread because I just also wanted to thank them again. And so I was just like trying to get through it, and then like Mike just freaking destroyed me, and it just is so powerful to just hear what he had to say, especially because him and Rachel just have such a history in the Schmoedown with their matches, and they wouldn't be the players they are individually without playing each other. And so that was a really cool moment.
Yeah, I even made a note today on like a little reaction thread, whatever. Mike and Rachel are like the best friendship in the entire Schmoedown. And because, like you said, their journeys were pretty much parallel. They've always been within each other's sights, always having matches, always being in direct competition. Mm-hmm. And that that really came to fruition last season. But like we saw it now, like how much they mean to each other. And like I want someone to look at me the way Mike looks at Rachel. Like again, there's no romance there, and there's nothing going on, but just this deep sense of friendship and admiration and respect was awesome. Even talking
Yeah.
about it makes me emotional. Yeah.
I know.
It is. Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying
nice.
to hold. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nat, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I just think that it was just such a powerful moment because Mike is this mega heel. I think like I don't care what the news says. Like he's not.
He's a hero.
Yeah, he's a hero, but he's not like a Boy Scout like he was before the whole corruption thing. And for him to like have that moment, I think was really important. And it just shows how much these people mean to each other and how much admiration they have for each other. And I don't know, that really got to me. I didn't cry on camera, but
Kelsey did end up crying for all three of us.
yeah.
Kelsey.
Yeah. She's okay. She's busy getting drunk in New York with Janine, celebrating her birthday like a fun person. I'm stuck in fucking California doing homework.
I'm in Arizona. I'm so mad at myself.
Hey, you get Bibiani, okay? Don't be complaining.
Are you going to the Arizona show?
Yeah, I am.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm jealous of everyone in New York. I'm in Nashville also doing homework, so.
Yeah. Well, Abby,
I was
that comes the next year. Hashtag Showdown Nashville.
Yes, I need it to happen so bad when, like, literally when Showdown Nashville happens, we're all partying. Just call to action, Abby. Let's go.
Are you coming to a Spectacular?
I'm planning to, yes.
Okay, because we plan. Sorry, that's gonna be the best goddamn weekend. It's just gonna be consistent doing the best shit on top of just all the food, all the alcohol, all the karaoke, all the trivia, all the belts, all the records. It's gonna be wild. I think I made the Nat throw up in his mouth a little bit. But on a happier train, while I set this up, because I do not think ahead of time, now that Corruption has the belt and we're in the midst of tournament season, now the singles tournaments, the way that goes, I want to talk to y'all and your thoughts on, gotta get down here, team division. And now ignoring this, Corruption is 5-1. Who do you think has the best chance of taking the team titles?
Do you know what podcast you're on? Because it's the family.
I'm on the Call to Asian podcast, right, Nat?
This is the Call to Caucasian podcast. I'm the Asian.
Hey, I'm assuming we're gonna have like a 16-seed tournament because there's a lot of people here, including some 0-1s who need some love.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, Founding Fathers are gonna lose. We can agree on that. I think so. Here's my like major hot take, and we can talk about it if we want to. I think setting aside the Odd Couple and Who's the Boss, who have that direct line of shot, because Who's the Boss has beaten Corruption, and the Odd Couple has beaten the Shire Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best people might be loose cannons.
Mm-hmm.
Like we already know Polyama, one of the greatest singles players of all time, already somehow. Eric Zipper making a very good name for himself, playing an incredible match against Haley Fouch. I think they could do it.
It's great about loose cannons and why they're overlooked. I don't understand why they are, because Paul is undefeated. He's the champion, and Eric Zipper is so underrated. Like
Eric Zipper is technically undefeated in singles.
Yeah, like I think they could surprise some people, and you shouldn't be surprised because they're a really good team.
Even though the Looney Bin will take the team titles because Tom is one of the greatest players of all time, and Video Drew is the greatest human being of all time.
That's a fact. That's true.
Yeah. Abby, do you have any thoughts on the matter?
I definitely did not really think about Loose Cannons being a team to like make some like to do some damage in the tournament, but like now that you said that, like now my like mind has just been blown. And I was like, oh right, their thing. And I feel like Paul Oyama is just like such a freaking force of nature right now. And his run is unparalleled. And I feel like it's definitely not being talked about enough that we have had a rookie come in and be undefeated all the way to the championship, beating Dan Murrell. But I definitely think Time Machine is like a very good team that also want to know no one is really talking about yet. And I think Ethan is hungry to get back in the Schmodown in terms of making a difference, getting closer to that belt. And Janine, I feel like has been needing a good teams partner because she keeps coming so short in singles. Like she just keeps losing by just that much. And I would love to see her get a belt or get far in the tournament to continue to show everyone that she's so good, you know?
Yeah, and don't worry, I only singled out loose cannons because I have them on my fantasy team. So in a perfect world, the finale would be loose cannons versus evil geniuses, and it goes into a million overtime.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we can all agree the family is going to go 7-0 for that title.
Who's going to go 7-0?
The family.
The family.
They're already 3-0 because they're the best.
Mm.
Only the best can beat Robert of Cinefanatics.
It's true.
And they beat this, and then they beat Wild Berries, and then they beat Scream Queens, and then they beat Founding Fathers. And then that thick belts against corruption.
Thick belts.
Thick belts.
I can't imagine they would go too far. I can't cheer for Andrew.
You know,
guys,
you know what happens when you do that? Then I have to do it. It's standard practice. I'm sorry.
I think
it just has to be
at
done.
this point.
Okay, I was like, okay, bye.
It's standard punishment, but yeah, I think, again, being the biggest Rachel Silvestrini fans on the planet, I think Inky and the Brain could make a run for it. It comes down to how much Devon can pull. Devin, god damn it. I could see them. I think they could win the first match, depending on who their lineup. Ooh, actually, wait, we do know who their lineup is. We just can't say it yet.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
The first match is going to be rough, but if they can win, I think they have a serious contention.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think you're overestimating Devon here.
I'm really not. I think you're underestimating Rachel.
I think Rachel would have to pull the team out of a win.
Listen,
kind of agree with Nat on that.
The days of one person carrying the team are over. Like you're not gonna have Team ETC anymore. You need two good players to make it far.
I think you're ignoring the amazing factor that is Matt Nost pulling John Roca. So I think it is possible nowadays. You just need someone to balance it out. And speaking of balancing it out, Albert in the chat. Hello, Albert. Crimson Fury, another 1-0 team.
Oh yeah.
And
really good team.
So here's where I think they're different. We talked about it a lot in our single bracket breakdown. Sorry. It depends if Stacy can show up, because she is one of the most inconsistent players, if not the most inconsistent. And like Devin, Tim can't be expected to sort of carry her weight. She needs to consistently show up, study a lot, get a good wheel spin. I think them for a title is unlikely. Them in maybe the semis, I could see that.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna make it to the finals, but like I said in our other video, I forgot which one it was. I do so many of these things. That Stacy, she can on her best day she could be anyone. On her worst day she could lose to the worst player. But I think where her strength is being on a team. Like you have someone who can cover her weaknesses and everything.
Yeah.
And I think she has strengths that other people don't have, and that could take that team far. I don't think they're going to go all the way, but I do think they're going to pull off some upsets.
Yeah, I definitely would say Tim. I'm excited to see him come back. I think he did very well in the debut with Crimson Fury. But I feel like, I don't know, like Stacy, just what you said. She's so high and just so low, and there's almost no in between. But you can't discount the wins that she does have. I mean, like, one of the most iconic wins was her beating Mark Ellis. Like, that remains one of my favorite matches. But then she kind of loses to people that she shouldn't be losing to at this point, you know?
I mean, she lost to Janine twice, and those were maybe two of her. I don't remember entirely if they were her better or worse games, but like,
Yeah.
And then on top of the Manager Bowl, which was actually one of her better performances, and she still came in last place, I think.
Yeah.
Very inconsistent. I think determining how far they go along depends on how we see her present in the tournament, which we actually see her tomorrow. So look forward to that.
Very exciting.
Yeah. But let's say Vegas odds. If you have $5 and you want to make some money, who should you put your team? Who should put your money down on? Like, who will give you the biggest return that will surprise you? And I'm going to tell you, 2 teams. One, the Paddington 2. They are perhaps the most underrated team in the league. Despite having a 1-2 record, they could beat a lot of people.
Yeah, I think the Paddington 2 is overlooked because I don't know, like Matt Atchie is a really good player. Like he got he was a former title contender.
Yeah, Matt Atchie almost won the team titles.
Yeah, and I think that Geralde is of a similar caliber to Gray Drake, if not better. So I think those two together are a very formidable team.
Yes.
But I would say Paddington 2 has a very high base knowledge that I feel like I never really hear anything about them studying too much.
No.
But I feel like they have one of the best skills where they can just kind of walk up to the Schmodown and just work with what they have already in their brain, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're great free-for-all players. Like, there's a lot I know, but it's very surface level.
See, that's the problem with Atchie. I don't think he watches the show. So
he doesn't.
He constantly forgets the rules and everything. He doesn't use the situation to his advantage, and I think that's really a downfall.
He lost the team titles on a rule issue.
Yeah.
Like, I think if he sat down and dedicated himself to the game, which he doesn't really have time to do, but if he did, he can make waves.
Yeah.
The other team I want to put out there, and you get more money on this because they're 0-1. They're even on this little bracket here, which makes no sense because I think they deserve all the wins, all the records. Once again, Looney Bin. Tom, whatever his last name is.
Are they German?
Just looking at this, I don't think Kind of Funny will be in there. I don't think Double Toasted would be in there. So there is a possibility.
Yeah.
I think it would require a play-in maybe. Also, you also don't see the Self-Righteous Brothers, who I can bet you is going to be in the tournament. So there's a possibility. Tom is incredible. I know he can throw a perfect game. We saw him almost do it.
Yeah, he was very good, and I think Video Drew has just had bad luck in the Schmodown. I think.
And
her record does not reflect her skill.
Yeah, and I think the unfortunate part is she was sort of thrown into matches where she was supposed to lose. They wanted Brendan Meyer to win, and they wanted Loose Cannons to win. I think when they're given a fair match, can really go far. And again, because Video Drew is my best friend, she's amazing, she's incredible. I can tell you, she is a lot better than y'all think.
Great.
Yeah, do not underestimate her. She will wipe the floor with a lot of people.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Also, she's one of the best personalities, so she should just get a win anyways. Just give her 3 wins, put her in a match against the odd couple. It'll be a great time.
I think she's one of those people where she doesn't have to win. They'll just keep bringing her back because she just has such a great character. And the people want to see Video Drew. So I think they'll probably be in this tournament. At least I'm hoping.
Yeah. I would definitely love to see them come back. I think I remember saying in my reaction video for, I think both of her matches, that we haven't really had people come in and have a strong entertainment value to their character like she has. recently. We kind of have a lot of like come in with the sunglasses and just do your thing, not really like just they cut promos and stuff, but they don't really have like a character like the old days. And that's fine, but I was really entertained by Video Drew and what she has brought to the Schmodown.
So, at the end, who do you think is in the finals? If you had to pick two teams who you think can go all the way and fight, who do you think it will be?
I would say Time Machine and Who's the Boss?
I am going to go with Family and Shazam.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about Shazam. This tournament is so stacked.
Yeah.
I'm going to be right in the middle. I'm going to say Who's the Boss and Shazam. As much as I love Drew and the family.
You and your fucking brackets, James.
Wait. They're in the singles tournaments. They are out of play for a couple months. Mark Riley, Ben Bateman, Brendan Meyer, and Bibiani are all in the singles tournaments. And they all can probably win their first match. Bibiani, but they're all warming up. They're ready. If they could all get to the semis, the quarters, the finals, and then get into here, and they're primed, they're ready, and they just storm through the brackets. I don't want it to happen because fuck Ben Bateman. But if I had to say unbiased, who I think it would be, that's who I would put my money on.
I will say that my team is extremely biased. So there you go.
I can tell. So, Abby, Nat, do you think Who's the Boss? Who was the other thing you said, Abby?
Time Machine.
Right. Do you think Who's the Boss, Time Machine, The Family, Shazam, do you think any of them can beat Corruption?
Yes, I think all those teams can beat Corruption.
I think.
Wow. Oh.
I don't know. I feel like Corruption is on a roll, but all those other teams are so good and they would be on like a high of getting to the finals. So, because Corruption's going to kind of chill for a hot second, I guess Chance and Mike are both in the singles tournament. So that kind of, never mind. That kind of goes with what you were just saying, but they're not going to be playing together for a hot second,
Yeah.
So.
Nat.
Yeah, I think all these are top caliber teams, and on any given day, any of these teams can beat any other team on that list. I don't know. I would have to know the matchup to make a firm prediction, but I think it could go either way. Like anything can happen.
Yeah. What do you think, James?
I truly think the only team who could take down Corruption on this bracket would be Who's the Boss. Just because, I think the only way to beat Corruption is to get under their skin. And I know Ben can do it.
Have you met Andrew Guy?
But Andrew's more annoying. Like Ben is
actually. Whoa! Wait. Okay, we're good. Okay. Oh, I saved us that. We're safe.
That was a close one.
I keep forgetting that I'm on the Call to Action podcast. It's on my own channel. But
yeah. Other than the incorrect things you were saying, what were you saying?
I feel like Ben gets more under your skin in a way that you don't use. Like he kind of has those like jabs that like are such slight digs, but like Andrew's just kind of more out there, and that's just his shtick. If I don't get kicked out right now, but
saying he's an asshole in a different way is fine.
I'm not saying he's an asshole. I'm just saying
asshole in a good way. Like he does get under your skin. It's just It's not like making your skin crawl. It's just like swatting a fly is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just more like, okay, bye, get out of here. Like,
Yeah.
we know what you're doing.
Here.
He's gonna come in and like scream in your face or whatever he does. So
Yeah. I do want to point this out, Jonathan Peck in the chat. Evil geniuses.
Oh.
So I think the first issue here is assuming we're going to keep beef going that they tried to set up before that didn't unfortunately turn out. They're probably going to have to face the family eventually, and I think they're going to hit. They're going to hit that train that is Drew McWeeny.
I think they're both too inconsistent of players for me to back them in this tournament.
Like how Lon Harris is going to lose to Paul Preston. JTE really, again, inconsistent. Singles is all over the place. Teams, he's great. But yeah, in a teams match in a while.
And I don't even, what's their record? 2-0. I was about to say.
They won the tournament, and I forgot who they faced outside of it.
Yeah. I forget.
I think
was it Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they could make a ways win a couple matches, but I don't think they could get to the finals, and I definitely don't think they could beat Corruption.
No, I think the teams that we just mentioned, like the teams that we chose, they're very like I couldn't see them being as inconsistent as the Evil Geniuses. Like I could bet like even the teams that y'all just said, I can imagine them getting to the finals,
All right.
Albert, that sucks.
Yeah. Albert with the jokes. God,
I think the Harris Bros are a more consistent team than.
Hard disagree.
Okay, that's
Jonathan Harris holds. I think Lon shines in teams. I don't think he can do it, but I think he shines there. Jonathan Harris, I don't think helps.
Do you think Jonathan is worse than JT?
For sure. Yeah.
Yes, a lot.
Okay.
I think people overlook JT too much. He's one of the best players in the league. Like singles, teams, everything. Like especially when he lost to Cody Miller. I get that, but he's just so knowledgeable and he has really a good sense of the game. Like he knows how to play the game. I think that could take him far.
I think JTE, like my thing against JTE, he holds no records outside of his time with the Patriots. If you look at him just as his own player, he doesn't do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like taking him into account, good player needs help. Lon Harris, good player needs help. I think together is where they have an issue. Where yes, they're very strong, but they don't. I don't think they can pull very far. I genuinely think Time Machine has a better chance than them.
I don't think they'll go far, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Yeah.
I think Time Machine is a way better team.
Yeah.
Like, by far.
And like I think I'm mostly just hungry for more matches from them because the one we've seen them have was like and that's not to say their gameplay or anything about them. Just I sort of forgot it happened. And I don't want to because I love Janine. Her with Irwin is going to be incredible. He's one of the greatest players in the league. He could steal this whole tournament and fuck my bracket.
Yeah, I didn't even make a bracket. I don't want to choose between people. I guess that's literally what we're doing right now, but I could not do that.
So Abby, who do you have winning the singles tournament?
I don't even know. I looked at it and I was like, I think Ethan Irwin would just be my bet, but him against I don't know. But
it was literally if you said Ben Bateman, I was gonna slam the leave button immediately.
I was actually gonna get kicked out. No. Yeah. I am Bateman, but I am Team Bateman, but no. I definitely would give it.
Gonna beat him.
Okay, Paul Preston he's pretty good, but there was just a lot of let's give Paul a match so that he can be in the tournament kind of vibes. Did y'all get that feeling or
no? A little bit.
Yeah.
But also I don't mind it because I'm extremely biased.
Yeah.
Okay.
was also like
No.
how okay, so they said, Haley Fouch, Eric Zipper playing for the tournament. Zipper won, and he's not in the tournament. Silver String, Preston for the tournament. Rachel won,
Oh,
and she's in the tournament. Preston had to play into it. So I
That's
think
true.
Again, this entire tournament is a question of availability.
Yeah,
And
that's for sure.
I
I mean,
understand-
even that match with David Del Rio, and it was like, if David wins, Paul's not going to be in it. But if he loses, it was just like a weird availability thing.
Yeah, Del Rio had
Yeah.
to go and have a life and act. Be
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to be an actor, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't schmo down.
well,
No.
you just be an Andrew Guy and act in the showdown.
Yeah,
Or
there you go.
Jack Vino or whoever else. But I mean, I know we speculated on this before, but because we're on it, who do you think was the person Del Rio was going to give the spot to?
I have no idea because I don't really know where he is affiliated in the Schmodown.
Yeah, it could be nice
We've
to
only-
like his teammate reveal or something through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see him come back, I guess, next season, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Yeah, I have no clue.
him plus Tom would have been really interesting, but that's all I can really think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you guys have any final thoughts on this team tournament bracket thingy?
I think everyone's not like everyone should talk about Time Machine. They're going to be so good. Janine and Ethan Irwin. So
Yeah, I hope Time
That's-
Machine makes it far because I have them on my fantasy team. And I'm not sure Suzanne. So I hope those teams make it far, but I really do have confidence in the family. Like, I think they could win the whole thing.
And I think we all know the finale of the tournament will be Inky and the Brain versus the Family 2, the greatest match of all time.
oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely happening.
All right. And I'm gonna make this sad again, y'all. So we said goodbye to the Shire Wolves, and as we say goodbye to this episode,
Aw.
what are your final thoughts on Corruption versus the Shire Wolves, and how do you feel now that they are officially gone?
Okay.
Nat, you want to go first?
Yeah, I thought from Chatwood first. I think you can't help but appreciate everything they've done for the league, and they're just so admirable that it's hard to find a bad thing to say about them. Like they played the role so perfectly. They were dominant champions, and the league is gonna hurt without them. But on the other side of the coin, I'm so happy Corruption won because unlike some people on this panel, I still believe in Micah 3 belts.
Okay, no, Nat, now you're gone. Okay, Abby, what did you think?
No, oh my gosh, bring it back. I am super sad that they are going to be not competing in the Showdown anymore. For me, the Shire Wolves were always just my team, just because they were the first female-led team to dominate in the Showdown, and honestly, the first female players that truly got respect as people with knowledge in the Showdown. So for that, I am always inspired by them, and we will always see the legacy in the next generation of female players. And they're already here. We have Janine, Stacy, Mara, like everyone in the Showdown is forever changed by what they have brought. But that being said, I'm very excited for Corruption and for Mike specifically. I feel like he's one of the players that, like John Roca, when he was going through his journey to the bout, like I felt like we were on that journey with him, and we've seen such a transition from Mike last year leaving the league to now. It's like such an evolution, and it's been such a cool journey for both these teams to watch and to have like the culmination in this match was like, it was just surreal, and it still doesn't feel real, you know?
Yeah. I think there's a great way to say it is it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
And, I have these very long, drawn-out thoughts in both the thank you video and the reaction, but it's like, I still don't really feel like they're gone. So, like, maybe it's just, like, the realization hasn't hit yet, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I don't feel like I've lost them yet, and not in a good way. Like, in more of, like,
No.
I'm burying my feelings under 50 layers of leather jackets and black sunglasses.
Me. Oh my God. A big fat move.
I think all I can really focus on is hopefully when they come back, it's for the better. Clark is leaving for professional reasons, Rachel for personal, and I can't really be mad about that. Just when they have the ability to, hopefully they come back, and Rachel can come back and be a heel, be in the family. It'll be great. Rachel and Mike can form a super team, all that jazz. But I think this is a new beginning for the Schmoedown. In whatever way possible, Shire Wolves are still the greatest team of all time. I don't think anyone can question that, and if you do, you're wrong. They are phenomenal. I'm just glad that today we were able to see not only a great match, but a new, the best send-off that we've seen for maybe. Okay, I will even just say one of the better send-offs I've seen in any form of media ever.
Yeah.
Up there with the Corey Monteith episode of Glee. Like, it was just so moving, and it's hard to say that because no one actually fucking died, which is the weird part.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy that it's happened. I'm happy that it's public and that I can talk about hashtag Mikey fucking 3 belts will happen this year. Hopefully. Nat, don't say anything.
Just look at the bracket you made. I'm just saying.
Okay. You know what, Nat? Okay, you're banned. Abby, where can the good people find you on the social medias?
Y'all can find me at Abigail Friel on any platform. Just Instagram, Twitter is my big Schmoedown one, and at my YouTube channel, Abigail Friel, where I do Schmoedown reaction videos. And yeah, thanks for having me. This was such a cool episode to be on, just because it was such a monumental match, and I think we're all in now the history of this match, and it's been such a wild ride to just go from watching them to being a part of their legacy forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're one of the few Shire Wolves fans we liked, so we had to get you on.
Do y'all hate Shire Wolves fans? I didn't know that.
Oh no, I'm partially joking.
Okay, cool.
I have a fun story with Shire Wolves fans, but that's beside the point. Nat, where can the good people find you while you're in timeout for talking back to me?
Sorry to overstep my bounds here. You can find me on Twitter at NattyIce44, and also go like the Call Action Podcast Facebook page at facebook.com/callactionpod. And also you can still find me on the Mikey 3 Belts bandwagon, which is getting less crowded by the moment.
Oh, I was so ready to just. All right.
What about you? I'm just saying, less crowded.
So you can follow us on Twitter at Call Action Pod. Also, don't forget to follow Action Industries, the greatest brand of all time. Like how Andrew Guy is the greatest player of all time. That's not the point. Follow them on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook at Action Industries. Also, you know what's happening right fucking now as we're taping this? Action live in New York. I'm just saying that because I'm a little happy, but also very sad that I'm missing it.
Yeah, I'm kind of salty about it. It's fine.
Yeah. And there's also Janine's birthday. Happy birthday, Janine. If it ever comes out, please keep your eye out because it's supposed to be an amazing event. I'm going to be getting thousands of texts later about how everyone's both drunk, happy, and more drunk. So look forward to that. And like I plugged before, check back in on Monday, where we'll be recapping this week with Whitney Seibel versus Brendan Meyer and Mark Riley versus Stacey Howard with the Chris Doman. We're going to have more fights. But before we sign off for the episode, I want to give a little plug. That's just a tiny one. like we've talked about before, we are doing the Schmodown Reactor tournaments, and Abby here, wonderful guest once again, one of the few Shire Wolves fans we can actually stand. We have her in the tournaments.
Yeah. Did y'all say that before?
I believe. Oh yeah, we did, because they were saying some names that weren't in the tournament, so I had to call in, make sure everyone knew the good people who are there. And
Okay, cool.
if y'all don't know, her first match in the tournaments will be against the representative from Take 3 Entertainment, Douglas Castle. I forgot his nickname. I also don't know how to say his last name, which is a good sign for Abby.
Yeah, he's
So-
a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, I will be announcing the full brackets in a short few weeks. Keep an eye out for that. But that's the end of our episode, guys. Have fun. Peace out. I did this before, I'm going to do it again because it's very important. A big salute to the Shire Wolves for their legacy.
Yes,
Talk to you guys next time.
love the Shire Wolves.
Hashtag Mikey 3 Belts.